Hello my friends, welcome to Motoring Bug, the only disease worth spreading. And in this surprisingly gloomy, wintry Italian day, I would want to share with you a list of features that I very much like about my Multipla. Welcome, let's get started. First thing that strikes everybody who's seen this car for the first time are, of course, those high-mounted high beams. Yes, these are low beams, those are high beams. And of course, they're making a huge difference when you're driving at night. Your night becomes a day. And here in our heck of the woods is really important because there's a lot of people walking along these windy roads. There is a lot of wildlife, and the safety feature, like the high-mounted high beams, that's fantastic to have. And then those, of course, could be made even brighter with the modern bulbs and even LED technology. But even like that, with all the lights on, which is these fog lights, low beams and high beams. So that's 6 lights for your driving at night to improve your visibility, which is already improved by that huge, enormous windshield. How cool is that? Also on the subject of visibility and safety, I'd like to give a huge kudos and thanks to Italian engineers and designers who have provided the very powerful high pressure headlight washers and thought about huge windshield wipers that actually go all the way up to here. So very minimal blind spot here on the left. But also I like the water spray nozzles. It's 3 streams out of each, covers the whole glass surface. But what I like the most is when you engage the nozzles, you do not engage the wipers with them. The wipers stay put. And if there's no water, because of course there's no indicator on the dash that says, oh, your wind washer fluid is low. No, you have to keep an eye on that yourself. So anyways, when you spray the water, the wipers stay put. So if there's no water, you're not gonna scratch your glass with the dry wipers. From these, we go directly to these, right? Because we are on the subject of visibility and safety. Apart from these provided with the feature of conveniently being adjusted electrically and folded and retracted electrically, these also are a double section mirrors with the one lower section being curved to help you avoid your blind zones. But on the right side, apart from that, this little curved section at the bottom has been designed this way to point right at your rear right wheel. How convenient is that for parallel parking? So more than 25 years ago, they have thought to provide a nice passenger family car with big double-sectioned electrically adjustable, retractable and foldable, but also heated side mirrors. How cool is that? Speaking about the parking, apart from that teeny tiny section, which makes a huge difference, they've also provided these. The parking sensors. 25 years in, they're still working. Pretty good, huh? What's most impressive though, they have bothered making parking sensors even though it's absolutely clear that it's easy to park, it's easy to back in, because this is where your car ends. When you sit inside, you see it perfectly well that this is the end of your car. There's not even a foot after the rear glass. There's no overhangs, nothing is sticking out, so it's very easy to maneuver with all this glass. Nevertheless, they thought about that. Fantastic. Nice thing to have. And now I want to cover a little bit the subject of the wheels on this car. Apart from these nice chunky tires that have been put on these fantastic rims, 17-inch rims from Fiat Stilo, there is one more tire on this car that I would like to draw your attention to. The spare tire. Okay, it's a space saver, but it's hidden in the best location possible, outside the car. This is the best place where you store your punctured tire when it's all dirty. Yeah, you might think that, how are you going to fit this 17-inch rim under the car? It fits, I promise you. And they even thought about providing a special adapter plate that your alloy wheel would be attached to and held on the same spot where the space saver was. True. This is the little compartment in the trunk where the jack and the wrenches being stowed. Nothing takes space in the trunk. Nothing is hiding under the floor. And you pull out what you need from there. This is the little nut that you rotate and lower the spare tire on the ground. And if you think that the boot is rather small, you'll be surprised. Well, there on the left I stow tire chains that are obligatory here in Italy. And a couple other things, fire extinguisher, compressor, everything, lead cables, whatever I need in that little bag on the left. And that is how much space I have still left. Plenty. Even the duck agrees. And now, a couple of frames back when I showed you where the compartment where the jack and the wrenches and all the stuff is stowed, you might have spotted extra 180 watt, if I'm not mistaken, plug in the boot, which is also, I consider, a fantastic convenience feature. Most cars even today don't have that luxury, that you can put a little refrigerator in the boot or whatever you need to charge, in fact. Then let's go inside and find some more convenience features that I really appreciate. So, of course, apart from that charging point in the boot, they have thought about another charging point right here on the dash. And, of course, being a 25-year-old, this car has a proper cigarette lighter hidden in the ashtray, which could be used as well, with just a little inconvenience of having this popped up as a third charging point. So I wonder if 25 years ago they've been already thinking about smartphone charging anxiety. Needless to say, the Multipla has absolutely flat floor in the front. Well, apart from this little thing, but it's flat. This part is very convenient for the middle passenger to put their feet on. Same story is, of course, happening at the back. Here you go. As you can see, it's absolutely flat and nice. How else would it be for this car that seats 3 people at the back with the comfort and convenience of a Rolls-Royce Silver Seraph, right? And that's probably needless to say, but nevertheless, I'll say that all 6 seats in this car have a convenient reclining feature. So that is my traveling position when I'm in the front between 2 friends. That is the height adjustment on the driver's seat, because that's not always the tallest driver who is driving this car. If you have a company of 6 adults, you can switch spots. It's a very social car, you know, because this is the car where all 6 passengers are in the exact same seat with the same features, with the same adjustments. Communist approach, maybe, but fantastic. Works brilliantly. Conceived at the times when social media was non-existent, it is very social indeed. Out of the storage compartments, which there are many, I would like to point at just a couple, or maybe 2. No, not 2, 3, maybe 4. Okay, so this and this. Isn't it amazing? 2 glove boxes. So her stuff will never get mixed up with his stuff, right? And then the same goes for the sunglasses. Here she can put 2 at least. He, on the other hand, has his own little compartment for his preferred pair. And of course, I can go on and on about how this dash is conveniently located next to the steering wheel and to the shifter. And this big dial reads only the speed, and that's fantastic because I don't care about revs because it's the diesel and it pulls from 0 to whatever it has, 4,500 maybe, who knows. Electric windows, of course, for the front passengers with 1 touch down and 1 touch up for the driver. So I think that's about it. That's what I wanted to tell you about the car. Apart from the fact that now it drives absolutely fantastic, and I invite you to watch my next video where I'm going to be doing some testing. I would say power testing, okay? With the broken MAF sensor, as I promised, then with no MAF sensor, and then with the new MAF sensor and the remap of the ECU. If you have a question, oh, how does it go on the 17-inch wheels with that much rubber? It goes fantastic. It goes way better than it was on the 15-inch and old 15-inch, whatever it was, tires. So new tires, good tires, and nicely looking, proper big wheels. Never hurt. And then, do you like how it looks outside now? I really love it. Write some comments, and please, if you haven't, subscribe and share and put the like if you like the videos. Ciao. Oh, and the other thing I almost forgot to mention, when you put your key in the ignition and you have your door open, it makes no sound. Beep, 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 beep. That's what the new cars do, mostly in America, I think. Then, if you need to drive just a few meters to move your car from one spot to another, let's say you started and you of course don't want to put your seatbelt on and it doesn't make beep 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 beep, you just drive and come back to pick up your camera, right? So no annoying sounds, no.